Hi, welcome to Joanna's DIY Life, and I am glad you are here. If this is your first time, I'll just tell you what I do. I do a little bit everything, but on Saturdays, it's a Sew It Saturday video. So through the week, I do DIYs, home decor, things like that, but on Saturday, I sew. It may be home decor, something for your sewing room, something for yourself, something as a gift, you never know. But Saturdays is my sewing days. So if you like that type of thing, whether it's DIYs or sewing, please subscribe because you're going to get both. If you don't want to watch the DIYs, just tune in Saturdays. If you don't want to watch the sewing, then tune in through the week, okay? I'm getting a lot of subscribers, and I want you to know that I truly appreciate you because I could not do this without you. I am close to getting 5,000 subscribers, and that is just, I never thought that was possible. But anyways, what was I going to do? I had no idea this week. I racked my brain. I wanted to do something easy and simple. So since I'm doing a lot of Pioneer Woman, stuff in my room, I have some scraps. So we're going to do scrap buster projects. I have 2 projects for you. So they're cute, functional, one not so functional, but still cute. So let's get started. Okay, so let me get this out of the way. Let me show y'all. Y'all see this? Do you see this? If you know me, you know. I've been wanting this, and my nephew and my niece got this for me for Mother's Day because I am like his mama. I helped raise that boy, and I love him like a son, and they got me that, and I was so excited. Okay, enough said. All right, now, let me show you this. I had to make that with that Dollar Tree fabric too. You just saying. Okay, I'm done with show and tell. All right, what we're going to do is these are going to be pattern weights or pin cushions. Whatever you want to do. So this is going to be the base. These are 4x4, and what I done was I cut a 4x4, and then this is 4x4. And then I cut the triangles off. I'll try to make a pattern and put it up on my so-called blog or whatever. But you want to you want to cut bigger because you have to have it bigger. So I'm just going to put it up here, and it doesn't matter how much bigger. So I'm going to leave this, and I'm just going to cut out here. Crooked, and cut out here. Okay, then you want to take this piece and fold it in half, and Dollar Tree, we are going to cut this. Now we're going to put, which way did I cut? This way and this way. Thank God it's not directional. This is going to be our bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to sew right along this. Okay? Right along that. And all I'm going to do is leave my needle in the middle and sew along the presser foot. If you see me doing this, I have a gnat in here and it is driving me bonkers. I'm not crazy. It's the gnat. I'm telling you, it's the gnat. So I'm going to go stitch this because y'all know how to do a straight stitch, and I'll be right back. It is stitched, and I'm using green thread to show you. And I kind of moved it over to the right just a little, my needle. Now you want to open your seam. And I am going to press it open. You want this open, okay? So I'm just going to lay this down, and I'm going to take a blade. Now you can cut out a 4x4 paper and pin it if you want to use scissors, but this is a piece of chipboard that I cut, and that's what I'm using. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your seam ripper, unless you already put, you know, the hole in it, and I'm just going to pop a couple stitches. That's it. It will come open. All right, that's all we need right there. Now we are going to take, and we want 4 triangles, 1 for each side of our square. I think I got it. So I'm going to pin it down and cut these out. And then I'm going to cut it out on these 2 as well. Okay, so I'm going to be using mine as a pattern weight and also a pin cushion. Okay, so I'm not doing that. So I want to put sand in it. So because I'm putting sand in it, I'm going to put an interfacing to kind of help the sand stay in the fabric. And y'all, I am going to put these down and then fuse them, but I don't want to touch that fusible web, so I'm going to take the point of my iron and I'm just going to touch it. I've got this little iron. I forgot I had it actually. So I'm just going to press with this little thing. So all I'm doing is tacking, and then I'll flip it and cut them out and iron it, okay? You want to cut them as close to the fabric without cutting the fabric as you can, because you don't want this on your iron. Trust me. But that little petite press tacked it all down for me. So nice. Now I just gotta flip them over this way and give them a quick press with my iron. Just diffuse that webbing on, and that's what I'm going to do with these other 3. Now that we have the fusible on it, you do not have to do that. If you're just using them as pattern weights, you could put marbles, cat litter, rice, whatever you want, gravel, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to put in them, that's your business, okay? But we are going to sew 1 on each side, okay? And then we're going to maneuver it then. And I'm going to take you over there and show you how I'm going to sew it. Okay, so I'm using green thread so that you can see, and I'm not pinning or anything. I'm going to put my needle all the way to the right. Yeah, that's the right. And then I'm just going to sew along the edge here, okay? Make sure you have this even. You want it even across the top. If you have to pin it, pin it. If you don't, don't. Always back stitch. Fold that out, okay? You want that out. Then you're going to put your next one down. And you're going to sew that. You can go over this corner. It doesn't matter. Now I'm going to go iron it and show you what to do next. Okay, I've got a piece of ribbon and you're going to want a handle. So what you're going to do is hold that. Don't hold that, hold that. Okay, fold this up like this, okay? So you got two corners. You look like you got horns, all right? We're not going to sew the V. We're going to sew the two sides. So you want to match this side up with this side. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I know it's close, but that's because the camera is mounted right in front of me so you could see me sewing. So match them up as best you can and then sew right down the side. Now you're going to match up this side and you're going to sew it down. Now you're going to take it, you're going to open this up. It's a funny little looking thing, ain't it? Now you can match your, doodads, but I just flop one and one to the other. You can iron it if you want to. You can leave this up like this and just pull the ribbon, or you can fold it over. Now what you want to do is you want to tuck this down in here, okay? And it's going to be on the top. It's going to catch on both sides. Now you want to sew. I'm going to start here because I'm holding that ribbon. So I'm just going to sew this one side. Now sew your other side. I sure don't want to be videoing y'all see me get my finger caught in this thing or any other machine. That'd be kind of weird. Scary weird. Now, let's go back over here. Now, we want to find that little hole we opened, and we want to flip this. If you have to open this up a little more, do so. But normally you just have to grab that little ribbon or whatever you put on there and start pulling it out as you're pushing everything else down. So I'm saying, make sure you don't rip your hole no bigger than you have to, because you got to close that thing back up. Here we go. All right, now you want to make sure you get all your sides out. See your little doodad up there. Woohoo! This is going to be cute. I have to make a few of these, maybe. Okay. Now, look at that little thing. It looks like I have a teepee. Okay. Now, I told you I want to fill mine with sand. So, I got this at Hobby Lobby, his and hers, when it was half off. So, to get that in here, I need a funnel, and I had one, but, oh, darn thing's clear. Didn't know what I was doing. So I'm just going to hold this, and I'm going to pour sand all over my table. I'm going to pour sand in here. This ought to keep your needles, like, duper sharp. If y'all have not figured it out by now, I am fascinated with pin cushions. I love pin cushions. Absolutely love pin cushions. I have them everywhere. I have to make them all the time. They're so cute. They're decorative. They're functional. They're useful. You want to fill this full of whatever you're filling it with, because you don't want it saggy. You want to make sure that, you know, you have it full. We don't need to be skimpy. Now, if you're stuffing it for a pincushion, that's easier. You ain't got to do all this. But rice and sand and all that, you're going to have to get it pretty full in the corners and things like that. So pull this up as you're pouring your sand, see, or whatever you're putting in there. Beans, lentils, you know, whatever you're putting in there, whatever you have. Okay, I think well, look at that, fit right in there. I think I'm done. Put this down. Y'all, I'm not about sewing this shut. I'm not going to do it. I have got my fabric glue, and I'm going to put a good amount of fabric glue right along this, and then I am going to not get sand in there and pinch these together. To me, this is going to seal this way better than me trying to hand stitch. That is a good heavy pattern weight, y'all. I love it. And it's also a pin cushion because sand sharpens your pins. It could have been a little fuller. That's up to y'all. If I had something to hold it, you know, down in, I could have got a little more in there. But I also wanted to make sure I got it shut. For my first time making one of those, I think it's pretty good. Okay. This is kind of a recycling, maybe. Well, if we're using scraps, we're recycling anyway. But you can actually decorate your old spools. Or I have these cute little wooden ones that I might, you know, do something with vintage fabric. But not so much this. But all you need is a scrap, okay? And you're going to mark. I'm going to turn this over. You're going to mark your fabric from here to here, okay? And then all you want to do, take your little ruler and line it up. And just cut you a piece off. And it don't even matter if it's like this. You see what I'm saying? Because we're going to glue and wrap. And that is it. And I'm just using fabric glue because that's what I had here. Make sure you get all the way up to your edge. Because when you wrap it, you want to make sure it's even. Okay? There's a bump of my glue there. And then all you have to do is take your glue. You can use, you don't have to use hot glue. You can use fabric tack if you want to, or whatever glue you want to use. These are just quick and easy. And then you can distress this. You can stick little decorative pins in this. You can really dress these up with anything, little thimbles. People make pin cushions out of these, but this is a cute little way to use your fabric scraps. Well, look at them. They were so much fun. These are my favorite. The little vintage looking ones. Oh my gosh. Now you can do these with scrapbook paper, or, you know, whatever. You can glue buttons on these. Like I said, you can stick pins in them, but I just think they're so cute, just stacked by each other, or, you know, just, they're so stinking adorable. Oh my gosh, who wouldn't love these in their room? I have a shelf. I already have some up there, but I might interchange them. I collect vintage threads and things like that when I collect my vintage machines. I'll have to put a picture at the end and show you my vintage collection on my shelf. But anyway, those are so cute and simple to make. Y'all have to forgive me, I am short, but this is my shelf. There's my little mini wooden spools up there. There's my first bear I made that looks like a monkey. Anyways, there's some of my love for pin cushions. That jar someone gave me is full of vintage bobbins and stuff like that. Some I got out of sewing machines that I have bought and saved. There's a pin cushion that someone got me. Little dolls that they made for me. There's another jar. There's old spools of thread up there that I collect. There's various dolls. There's my American doll I made. There's other spools over there by her, if you can see those. And then, but I just love these jars, and you can get them at thrift stores a lot of times, and at, sorry, I'm shaking. I'm holding you way up. I'm telling you, I am short. I'm like 4 foot something, and these are way up there. But you can get them at antique stores and things like that, and I absolutely love them. This is my other window, and I have vintage spools up here that I got from sewing machines. And then there are pin cushions. I made a pin cushion from my grandson's first pair of shoes that he actually walked in. And then there's more threads over there that are vintage. Well, I hope you like those projects. I know I do. I am a hoarder, if you want to call it. My husband does, but I'm a collector. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button. Ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video so you don't miss any content. With all that being said, until next time, you are a blessing. Goodbye.